So many people, when contemplating the purchase of an office condominium, have a question regarding this form of ownership. And an office condo is simply an individual ownership in a larger office building whereby the common areas are shared by all owners. So the maintenance expense, commonly referred to as assessments, are paid to the association to help maintain, repair, and improve the property. So there's a common misconception that a condo refers to the type of construction, but it actually refers to the type of ownership. For example, there are such things as retail condos, industrial condos, office condos, and of course, residential condos. Of note, there is no residential component to Columbia Court. So the obvious next question is, how much are the association fees? So for the 2012 calendar year, the association fees are 47 cents per square foot per month. And this falls into two distinct buckets. One is 39 cents for the operating expenses, such as insurance, common area maintenance, security, the day porter, which is the common area janitorial, plants, association management, paint, etc. And then the 8 cents is for reserves. And this is a very important line item because this covers capital expenses such as the elevator, the roof, and the HVAC, or the heating and air conditioning. So the Columbia Court Association is fully funded. So for example, in 5 years, when a large piece of capital equipment is required to be replaced, there is already enough money in the budget, in the reserve section of the budget, so that there will not have to be any sort of special assessment. It's an extremely important distinction. If you're ever contemplating a purchase of any sort of condominium ownership, one of the first questions you should ask is, what is the health of the reserves? So for example, if you were to buy a suite that is 1,000 square feet, your monthly assessment will be $470. So what kind of financing is available? Well, there's traditional financing that many banks are familiar with this type of asset class. So I'd be happy to make an introduction to a banker that can help assess the financing opportunities for you. And then there's the second type of financing, which is an SBA financing. It's known as a 504A program. And the interesting aspect of this loan is that you can purchase this property with as little as 10% down. The caveat here is that it requires a 51% occupancy. So there's a couple different financing options here at Columbia Court. So the next question people may have is, where do you park? Well, there's no parking associated with the Columbia Court building on a formal basis. There are 4 public lots within 1 block of the property. The 5-star garage is catty corner on the southwest corner. It has 600 spaces. It was built in 2009 to serve the public. 550 West C Street is directly across the street to the west. The Emerald Shapery building is across the street to the south, and the high-rise building known as 401 West A, the Columbia Center, is 1 block north. In addition, there's plenty of surface lots that serve the courthouses, etc., that are to the east of the property, and the monthly parking rate varies. I've heard it as low as $160 per month and up to $200 per month. So you want to check on that. And if you're looking for a more cost-effective parking solution, if you go 3 blocks north and west, you can find slightly cheaper monthly parking. So while there may not be any formal parking arrangements with any of these lots, it is not a problem with the building. In fact, there are more than 4 tenants or owners that have been in this property for more than 13 years and have parked uninterrupted across the street in 550 West C Street, or the Emerald Shapery building, or now in the 5-star garage. So they have daily parking needs for themselves as well as for their clients. And lastly, other FAQs, are pets allowed in the property? The answer is no, pets are not allowed. Are these live workspaces? No, this is purely commercial zoned property. Is a medical use allowed? The answer is yes. In fact, there's 2 doctors in the property. One is a chiropractor, and one is a sports medicine doctor. What are the building hours? Well, the front gate is locked at 6 p.m. and opened at 8 a.m. That's on a Monday through Friday schedule. On Saturday, the front gate is open from 8 to 12, and the Sunday, the front main gate is locked. However, each tenant or owner has the key to the front gate, so they can enter the building at 24 hours a day. And as it relates to additional security, as a part of the association budget and what's been allocated, there's a night watchman that makes 3 passes nightly.